All right, joining me right now, one of my favorite bands of all time, right here in Toronto, from Toronto, Jason West from the Darcys. How's it going?
It's good. Wow. Thanks for that. I didn't realize we were one of your favorite bands of all time. That's high praise.
I love your music so much. I love what you guys are doing right now. Like, we have some new music coming out, Running for the Hills. I've been following your music, specifically like the last 2 years. Your sound has been so diversified. You guys kind of cross genres at times and always surprise me with your sound. What's Running for the Hills sound like?
I think a lot of the times with our music, we have a song idea or a concept of some lyrics first, and we try to match that sound. I think that there's maybe a bit of a hybrid. I always think about the like New York, LA sounds, but maybe there's like a Toronto sound. I don't know exactly what that is, but I feel like there's a bit of a hybrid of this sort of like modern, like rock music. And then there's still some sort of like, I don't know, like popular elements, but it's still, and then also has some like Imagine Dragons bass zooms in it,
yeah,
which I think are kind of fun.
It got a bit more like clean in clinical in a way. I feel like it's we're re-entering our Steely Dan phase, because it's like, over the pandemic being locked down, we had to take the production into our own hands so much. We couldn't be working with anybody else. And I think that really let us like dive into the nitty gritty details in the computer. And I think that's part of the sound in a good way, but I guess we'll find out how people like the song.
Like, are you guys doing all the production yourself now?
We've been doing it that way for a while, and it has really been an amazing moment of growth for us, because like, we can sit there and start bringing in really left field references or ideas, or watch a movie and pick up something from the score or just the vibe of the movie and try to implement that into a song. And kind of in that way, it's like infinite experimentation. Some experiments turn out well, some don't, and no one has to hear them. But
that's the problem, is there's no police telling you that you've done something wrong. And you'll be like, hey, here's this great song. And you show it to people and they're like, what is this? No, nuh-uh. And then you have other songs like Running for the Hills, which seem to pass the sort of friend test or inner circle test. And that's how they grow to be like proper releases.
Listen, without further ado, I believe you guys have a performance for us of Running for the Hills today, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's take it away. Here's Running for the Hills by the Darcys.
2, 1, 2, 3. I've been watching the sunrise over the city skyline, waiting on the news to arrive. I'm losing count of all the times I went searching for a sign at the bottom of a bottle of wine. I'm running for the hills. I'm running to forget my past. I'm running for the hills. I'm running and I look it back. I've been chasing the bright lights, not sure of what I might find. Hanging on the edge of this knife, I got more enemies than I'd like. So I'm trading in this life before I lose my chance to make it right. I'm running for the hills. I'm running to forget my past. I'm running for the hills. I'm running and I look it back. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back. I wasted so much time thinking things were gonna change, and no matter how I tried, they always seem to stay the same. I'm running for the hills. I'm running to forget my past. I'm running for the hills. I'm running and not looking back. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking, I'm not looking, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back.
Great tune, guys. Thank you so much. Running for the Hills is going to be a part of a forthcoming EP that's coming when?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of it now and trying to get all together. It's a big part of Jason being down here is cooking this EP up and trying to find that atmosphere for all of the songs to be put together. And I think we're getting really close and it's really fun. And this song just felt like timely and exciting and we just wanted to get it out and sort of announce the new phase of all the music and stuff like that. And more importantly, we got to shoot an amazing music video for it. And we're just like so close to getting it finished and being able to share it.
Stylistically, like the visuals on all your videos and stuff, very dope.
Yeah, I think we've like found a perfect combination of like people that we trust to help us come up with the branding and the imagery and all that stuff. It's weird to talk about ourselves as branding, but you know, we have a photographer that we've worked with, Maya, who's incredible. And then my partner, Emma, who won the Juno this year for the Jesse Reyes video, has been a big part of our videos for a long time. And I came to her a little while ago and I said, I want to make a music video where I murder Jason and it's horrible and there's blood everywhere and it's super gory. And Emma's like, okay, let me run with this idea. And then I guess Emma and Jason huddled up and then they conspired and then it just got flipped and then they just made a music video about horrible for me. And that's where we got to with it. And we just watched a cut of it this morning and it's, I don't know, they seem to like it a lot.
This is very different for us and it's quite extreme and we have no idea like how it's going to be able to live on any social media platform because it's probably just going to get flagged.
Yeah. But
it's absolutely incredible. Like we had someone dedicated their full-time job for the whole shoot was just to manage the fake blood, for example.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The special effects are happening. The entire crew is incredible. It was like a full-on movie set. So,
and I'm still like, we shot it, part of it in my kitchen and it was like weeks later, there's still I find fake blood like under the magic bullet. And, like there's just stuff everywhere. So,
in the air fryer, it's great though.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You guys have another song for us today. What are we gonna hear?
We're gonna play No Regrets.
Oh, No Regrets. All right, it's No Regrets by the Darcys, and this is a Sofa Beach session for 102.1 The Edge.
1, 2, 3, 4. I need to escape from this city of heartbreak. So tell me how far I could get in a stolen car. From the sirens and the monsters and the bright lights and the choppers. From the exes and the fake friends and the same old dead ends. Maybe I'm just cursed with bad luck or worse. You know I got no regrets. You know I got no regrets. I pushed it to the edge till I had nothing left. You know I got no regrets. I'm lying awake above the city of big breaks. Is this my demise, or will I make it out alive? Cue the thunder and the lightning like we're in a western movie. Did the outlaw shot the lights out, left a bad taste in my mouth? Maybe I'm just cursed with bad luck or worse. You know I got no regrets. You know I got no regrets. I pushed it to the edge till I had nothing left. You know I got no regrets. La 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 la. Try to make it last, but I can't live in the past. I'm never looking back. I'm never looking back. You know I got no regrets. You know I got no regrets. You know I got no regrets. I pushed it to the edge till I had nothing left. You know I got no regrets. La 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 la. 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 La 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 la.
Another great song, guys. Fear and Loneliness, one of my favorite albums of last year. Dropped that last November. Tremendous. I'm looking forward to the follow-up. I want to ask you one final question, and this is one of my favorite questions to ask bands. And the question's not based on like personal performance or vibe, but just experience, okay? So I want to know from you guys, what was the worst show you ever played? Tell me about that show.
We played a show in Guelph, and we were eating or something at a restaurant near the venue, and somebody came and they were like, there's somebody robbing your van. They're stealing all of the stuff out of your car.
Oh, wow.
We came running down this alleyway, and there was this like kid who, I don't know, he's probably like 18. And I say kid now because I was probably like 20, but he had this huge knife, and he was trapped in our car, and the police weren't there, and he was trying to stab us because he was just threatened and caged, and it sorted itself out, and you know, everyone's okay. But playing a show after that, you're just kind of like, you know, up there.
Yeah.
I don't even play guitar. That's how spooked I was.
Yeah, I was on drums, which was a terrible idea.
But it's just hard, like, you know, like acting or something else. You need to get to that place where you can like really dive into a show. And I think the community and the people at the show understood that we'd just been through this like kind of weird experience. But it was still like, you're still just like, you know, have some residual stress from those moments. So there's a lot of them, but we've been lucky to, you know, have some really good ones, and that makes up for it.
You know, it's, you guys have been like, during the last, you know, 18 months, one of my favorite artists to watch, because a lot of bands during this time when they couldn't play these live shows have kind of like disappeared, but you guys kept giving of yourself so much through social media and TikToks, the Instagram accounts, and also consistently putting out music. And it also doesn't seem like you've held anything back either. Like, I thought Fear and Loneliness was one of the best albums that came out last year from any artist. And you guys dropped that, you know, right when things were at their worst with you gave us great music during one of the shittiest times ever. And, you know, as a fan of yours, I'm so grateful for that. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for crowds when the shows come back.
Hopefully, like, you know, it's been a year and we don't even know if people know the words to any of the songs on Fear and Loneliness. Like, it's a really weird time. And so I'm excited.
I mean, we also have to remember the words.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that.
After not playing for so long, you know,
I mean,
get a little nervous of like, if you're going to remember all the chords and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so, but that's what, you know, Running for the Hills has a really great energy. And I think it feels like the beginning, even though it's coming into the holidays, like it feels like the beginning of a new chapter, and that energy will sort of carry us through into the new year. And then all of a sudden we have to start to figure out like what songs are going to make a set list, because we put out like, you know, 18 songs or whatever in the last 2 years. So trying to like put that all together. But this feels like a fresh start in a lot of ways. And it's just like very exciting for us.
Well, we can't wait to see what comes next from you guys. Jason and Wes, thank you so much for joining me today. I love what you guys do, and I'm happy to, I'm always happy when there's new Darcys music, man. I love it so much. You guys are so dope, and keep on doing what you're doing. We're here for you, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, thanks so much.